So, the first question is, can you tell us about your own system?
Well, I teach realistic self-defense. I am an instructor in the USA boxing, Western boxing, Muay Thai kickboxing, Wing Chun Kung Fu, Filipino martial arts, and everything is related to the realistic self-defense.
Can you share, please, how long have you been teaching martial arts and what pushed you to start teaching?
I've been training martial arts for 30 years and I've been teaching for 20 years. I always had a big passion for the martial arts. The city where I grew up is one of the biggest cities in the world and it's a lot of crime. So I was always very concerned about self-defense for me and my family.
Mm-hmm.
So self-defense is the number one priority.
Could you tell us about 5 main principles that in the basis of your system?
Well, it will be like if the way is free, go forward, close, stay with what comes, yield to greater force, and close the gap. Mm-hmm. That's the main principles I follow for the staff I teach around here. Well, each style is different, right? But pretty much everything starts from the bottom, from the ground to the top. So I start with footwork. Every style has their own different kind of footwork. Then after that, then we start teaching them how to use their hands for defense, how to use their head for defense, and the following steps will be try to polish and have good techniques how to punch so you don't hurt your hands.
Can we imagine such a situation? For example, you have bare hands, you have nothing in your hands, and you have attack with a knife. What you are going to do?
Well, depends what kind of actions the attacker is showing. If it's an aggressive person, then you have to be very careful because they're getting ready to strike. But if it's somebody who's holding a knife, scared, then if the person is scared, most likely they will not be trying to attack you. So it's two different big situations. If the person is showing that he's going to attack you, then I will try to assess what kind of strike he's going to try to do. It's very typical moves. The people try to attack, either stabbing or slashing. So I will try to see if he's a skilled knife fighter or if it's just somebody who got really angry and got a knife and tried to attack you. So you have to learn how to read that kind of body reactions in the people. So the person, you have to read how the person is going to be behaving trying to attack you. He could be nervous or he could be very angry. It's different kinds of strikes the attacker is going to do. It could be a straight line, or it could be slashes, or it could be a reverse grip. Most likely, those are the most typical attacks in the streets where people get to the point where they're going to do something like that. You have to be prepared for these kind of strikes by repetitions. Martial arts is all about drilling exercises to try to avoid situations like that and how you're going to react, right? So in this case, if he's coming with a knife and he's pointing at me, he's not stabbing yet, right? I have to gain time to try to avoid the movement with the hand forward. So he could be with the hand right here, and I have, they usually say, put your hands down, so I have to put my hands down, right? But even when my hands are down, what I will do is, if he tries to come at me, I will block with my hand, go for the thumb, place it in the crack of my elbow, poke him in the eye, right? And then from here, I can go with the knife, his own knife. At this point, he has that hand and he could try to be punching me. but he's gonna be more concerned about me controlling his knife. So I'm going here, he tried to block it, I break the arm, I pull the knife out, his arm is already broken. So I will go to the groin, control the hand is broken, bring it over, and then control the situation. All right, so that will be one option. There's all different kind of options, right? But my hands are down. So if he's coming at me, I go this way, I place it, I break the arm, I pass it over, hit, and then bring him back up. Okay? So it looks easy, but it's not. So this kind of stuff, you have to drill it over and over and over. We're talking about thousands of repetitions, right? It's not gonna just happen like that. Now, that's one version. So it's several versions for that kind of strikes, right? My hands were low. My hands could be a little higher. If he's coming at me, I have to assess, and I go continue with whatever else I have to do to it, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's imagine another one situation. For example, you have attack with a gun and you have nothing. What you are going to do in this case?
Self-defense, split situations. The attacker is not going to try to be pointing at you in a long distance. Why? For different reasons. They don't want people to notice that they're attacking me. So they try to keep like a low profile. So most likely, attacks with a gun, like somebody's going to rob somebody, or somebody's trying to take somebody to walk with to the alley. Most likely the guns are like this far. It could be low, it could be high, right? So let's place the knife, the gun, like around chest level, right? So what we do here, this is situations I can consider more typical. So what I will do here is I will do a shifting. The gun is in a straight line. I have to avoid the shot, and then I have to practice this kind of shifting with my body. The hands, when I'm shifting, I'm placing the hand over here by the gun. So when I do the shift, I place the hand and I go against the finger, I grab the barrel and I torque it towards the forearm, and then I bring it back up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's here, please don't kill me. I go here, bring it back up.
So let's imagine now another situation. For example, the opponent attacks you with a gun from the back.
So the guy is coming at me and they usually point at you, move, right? And then you go, hey. So I'm gonna be doing shifting. At first I need to figure out which hand is holding the gun. It could be the left hand, it could be the right hand. So as soon as he pokes, it's gonna get me by surprise. I don't know where the gun is. I don't know if the guy is in this side, or I don't know what the guy is in the other side. So as fast as I can, I will try to teach through repetitions, look right away where the gun is. So I go, hey, he's gonna tell me to turn my face away so I don't see his face, but I already saw which hand he had. So I will go, I will look, I will do the first one. He's not there letting me turn, and I have my hands up. He could say, put your hands down. Put your hands down. And I go this way, and then I go back up.
Okay, let's imagine another situation. For example, somebody attacks you from the back with a knife and he puts a knife on your neck from the back.
So they try to take you to the alley. They don't want to catch you in front of people. They're always dragging you. So what I teach over here, try to go, the knife is here. In order for him to get here, he has to come around this way. If I feel that somebody's coming, and then he's getting right there, that's the first reaction. This hand is going to go behind the elbow. And I'm going to pull with my arm as far as I can and I'm gonna try to grab my ear. Now he can't do anything, so he's locked up. So I'm gonna grab my ear. I'm gonna try to poke towards his face. I'm gonna grab the arm, and I will break the arm. I do the strip. The arm is broken. He's not trying to punch me right now because the arm is in a lot of pain. I did the strip. I control the hand. He's broken. I go behind him, and I finish. I don't have to. I mean, it's all different kind of finish it. I don't have to hurt the person. I just controlling him.
So let's imagine situation. For example, you have a knife attack from the corner, but you have a knife also. What you're going to do?
So if I have a knife in my pocket and he is trying to, I see him as a threat. I'm a skilled knife fighter. So if he's really trying to get me, I will try to create space. We have methods to try to avoid to getting cut by persons who are attacking. We have frames, we have positionings, how to defend with or empty hand against a knife. But if I get the chance to pull my knife out, right, then now will be knife against knife. So now will be a matter of skill. Who has more skill? Either he tries to get me or I try to get him. If he's not a skilled fighter, then I will try to control his knife and then finish him. Or if he's a skilled fighter, it will become a match. Either he wins or I win. But the main issue will be for me to pull my knife out of my pocket. But I will create space so he don't get me.
Imagine you have an attack from the corner. You have bare hands and the attacker has a gun. What you are going to do?
Like, if I'm right here, I will not try to get my knife. I will try to go with a gun disarm, right? So we train for these kind of situations. It's more logic to try to control the gun before I pull my knife out. So what I will do, if he's coming this way, I will try to go with my farthest hand, do the shift, go with the farthest hand, and then try to do the disarm. So I will not really care for my knife. I will go for the disarm.
So another one situation, you have a knife in your hands and the opponent has a gun. You have distance about 2 meters. So what you're going to do in this case?
His gun is out. We are 2 meters apart. He has a gun. I have a knife. It's too risky for me to try to get him. By the time I make a move, he will just go bang. It's too far away. A realistic situation, you can do something when it's a closer range, like this much. Far away, I have to do steps, and all what he has to do is just bang, pull the trigger. Too fast, too far, too risky. I will try to assess the scenario and then try to find some kind of distraction for him to turn, maybe try to create somebody that's coming and then act like somebody's coming. He turns, then I will try to control the gun and then attack.
So let's imagine another situation, vice versa. For example, you have a gun and the opponent has a knife. And can you show this situation on the different distances?
So, based in the fact that I have the gun, but I'm the good guy, right? And then he has the knife and he's the bad guy. I will try to get his knife down. So I say, put the knife down. Put the knife down. If he's not doing it, I will try to find a way of waiting for the cops to neutralize him. But of course, try to don't shoot until the last moment. If he's coming at me, I will try to tell him to stop, and then probably shoot to the legs to try to avoid for him to keep walking towards me. So if he's coming a little bit pain, right, that will get his leg, and it doesn't matter if he has the knife. He knows I'm committed, and I'm gonna get him if he keeps going towards me. Then he will drop the knife. If he's coming still, and then I get his limbs, and he's still with the knife, and he's still trying to get me, then I have time to run away. I don't have to shoot him or create another space because he is not gonna keep chasing me with his legs hurt. Mm-hmm. Some people will be on their drugs and they don't feel the pain with the bullets, and if he keeps really charging me, always the last source will be to try to take him down, right? Mm-hmm. But I will again, if he's very angry, then I will have to do quick assessment and then try to neutralize him as fast as I can. If he's nervous, he's scared, then I probably will not even shoot him. I will just try to hit him with my gun, or try to don't shoot his legs or anything because he's scared already. So try to make him put the knife down because he's not a threat anymore. He's scared. So there's no need for shooting. So it depends how the person is gonna be the aggressor towards you.
Martin, how do you think? Is psychological preparation is important for the person before he start work with a knife or with a gun?
It is very important. It's very important. My job is to interview each person who comes to the gym and check in their background, especially if I'm teaching them everything related with guns, knives. The deal with the knife is bad as a gun. A knife can create a lot of damage in the human body. So I will make sure that this person doesn't have any kind of chemical imbalance. They don't have any kind of big stress at home, domestic violence background. If they have divorces or things like that, why they were divorced, are they aggressive persons, are they on their medications, all that kind of stuff. I'm very picky about who I teach the knife. Mainly the knife, that's what I do here. So if I see that these persons are not capable to absorb the knowledge in the right way, then I don't let them train here. I just tell them that they can train with me with the knife. I teach them boxing, to hit the heavy bags, to hit the focus mitts. But when it comes to knife, I'm very picky to who I teach.
Can you tell us, please, do you have certain criteria according to which you can understand who you will teach or who not?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, I can see persons just by the way they are, how they stand, how they talk, how they watch people, how they interact socially, without even asking them questions about training. So you can tell right away who's a little bit off. So if they are not 100%, then you already start making assessments before they even ask you the first question.
So let's imagine another one situation. Your opponent attacker has absolute advantage. He has a knife, he has a gun, and you have nothing. So what you are going to do in this case?
That probably was a really bad guy. So if he's coming with a knife and a gun, he could slash or he could thrust, but most likely he will just go. He will just bang, right? He will just shoot. We as knife instructors, we always try to protect the vitals of the body. Your vitals are inside your body. Inside your arms is the arteries, your neck, right? The heart, the solar plexus, the diaphragm right here, the stomach, right? So you try to protect all those organs and all those vitals. So if I go for the knife, he will shoot. If I go for the gun, he will cut. So what is he gonna be cutting, right? most likely, if I'm going for the gun, he will try to cut my hands, or he will try to maybe stab, right? What will I do? Again, depends the situation, but in this case, probably what I will do is I will try to go for the gun. He comes with a knife. I shoot the hand. I shoot at him. I go here, and he's still coming with a knife. I will do whatever to protect myself. If I end up getting cuts here, I will bleed, but it won't be as bad if I was getting cuts in the inside. Mm-hmm. This will be bad. This will be just bleeding down. This will be like a fountain, right? So if I go for the gun and the knife is coming, he's not gonna be so concerned about cutting me. He's gonna be more concerned about losing his gun. Most likely he will try to fight me back to get his gun back, and then I'm already have it.
Martin, what you can recommend to the people that engaged this situation in the life?
Unfortunately, on these days, if you don't have any kind of training, you're gonna get hurt. So people, they have to take this more seriously and then join places where they're gonna teach you self-defense for sure. The way the world is on these days, everybody should know at least what to do. If it's two things that could happen. A person with a gun or a knife, they're gonna hurt you. They're gonna hurt you if you don't do anything. They're gonna hurt you if you do something. But at least you try, and then you become a 50-50 chance to survive. But if you don't do anything, it's 100% you don't survive. So you have to train, practice realistic self-defense as much as you can.
Today we have such a situation when, for example, one person, he learned some system in the gym for several years, but after, when he faced real situation on the street, he doesn't know what to do, he just freeze or run away. How do you think? Why does it happen?
So this is something that I call mental preparation through the training. So a lot of schools, a lot of gyms, a lot of martial arts, they get stuck too much in what we call the flow drills. A flow drill is something that looks cool, it looks fun, it's a non-stop movement. I can show you. This is what we call flow drills, right? So he comes with a punch, could be a karate punch, could be a punch, could be a slap, and then I'm defending from everything and I'm returning it to him and becomes a flow drill. I do it to him, he'll do it to me. So that's a flow drill. It looks flashy. Mm-hmm. It looks fun. It could be with a knife. Right? It looks good. But you have to have mental preparation for what's real and what's not real. That kind of stuff, it has really very good value, but then you have to do something what we call, or what I call, willingness. You have to be willing to pull your knife, to defend yourself, to disarm somebody. So through stress scenarios in the gym, you put the students through that kind of pressure. Even with trainers, something is dull and it has no cut, it doesn't hurt anything. You have to prepare stress scenarios to push the students to think this closest to reality. Some people, some gyms, they don't do that. That's why it doesn't matter if they are a black belt, if they don't do stress scenarios, they will never know how to pull their techniques out. So it's a mental preparation that you do, but that's the thing. You have to go shopping different gyms until you find the one that's closest to reality.
So Martin, can you tell please another one case? For example, it's street fight and it's several opponents and they are attacking you. You have a knife in your pocket, but you didn't catch this knife because it's in your pocket, because you didn't know that it's gonna be attack. And now you have a few opponents and they are attacking you and you have a knife in your pocket. What you are going to do in this situation?
So what I do is I teach linear or V shape. I create a linear line, the line of the opponents. I try to put them one behind the other, so they are in the way to each other. I either go to the weakest person of the people who is trying to attack, and I go towards the person, and then I make the other ones go kind of behind him, like on line. Or if I have more space, I will try to make sure to move them to each other, so they are always in between each other, so they can attack at the same time. So if they are all around me, yes, they're gonna get me from different places. But if I try to make them linear, they are against each other.
What you can recommend to the people that really want to start, learn, work with a knife and with a gun?
What I will recommend is, if people don't have any skill at all, at least create space so they don't cut you. Like, let's say the person is trying to get you with a knife. So create a space in between you and your opponent, put a chair in the middle, take a jacket, wrap it up in your arm. So if they try to cut you, they cut in the jacket, right? That's if people don't have any skill, and run, right? Number one skill, number one technique is run as fast as you can. But if you can run, make space, or put something in your arm, like your jacket, your sweater, your t-shirt, wrap it up, and if they try to cut you, at least they are not cutting your body. I will suggest to try to find a school. Try to find a school, and then look for the most, they start with the most popular ones who are teaching just weapon training. Because some people is like they are styles where they are empty-handed. The whole style is empty-handed, and they have very little experience with weapons. And it's another styles. They all weapons, mostly weapons. So look for those kind of styles. That's why I teach Filipino weaponry here, because it's all about sticks, knives, and all that stuff. So try to explore the martial arts, and then try to train something that fits your needs.
He drops, and I drop. Step back, I step back. Step back, I step back. Step back, I step back. Yeah? Toss, I block, pass it over, and attack. Now we're going to the heart. It's a little bit shorter motion, but still the same thing. Now we're gonna go a little faster. Faster.